everyone. What's going on, wrestling fans? It is Steve Fall. I'm here with LA Smooth. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, man. We're here in Rhode Island at the Fan Fest. This is like my third year here, and it's always a great event, and I'm just happy to be here.
Oh man, we're so happy to see you too. I know we've been trying to hook up this interview forever, but here we are now.
Yes.
And you're part of one of the most famous wrestling families in the entire world. Now, how does it feel see the Usos, Roman Reigns, The Rock, Solo, all showcased in television in today's world?
It's wonderful, man. I'm proud of my nephews, my cousin, just our whole family in general, man, because we've made such a impact on the wrestling industry, from years ago with my dad and my uncle, from High Chief Peter Maivia, my other uncle, and then in our generation when we were there, and it's just a blessing to see how our bloodline is going. It is going, and it hasn't stopped yet. No, for sure not. And I don't know how far it's going to go, but I know the Anoa'i dynasty and the Fatu dynasty will be in the wrestling business for many, many years to come.
It's amazing to think how many generations. It's not like, oh, there's a dad and there's a son. It's daughters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, great-grandparents. Like, how does that feel to know that it's your family in your life is going to be connected to professional wrestling? I guess the next generation needs to have kids, and then they will keep going and then keep going.
Yes, I mean, we're second. We're already on our third, and I believe we have a fourth that's coming in soon.
So there you go.
So, it doesn't stop, man. I mean, Rikishi, he has both of his kids are in the business. Myself from my dad, there's three of us. My brother Samu, Alpha Jr., and myself. And then I got my brother Samu's son Lance Anoa'i, and that's all third generation. Jacob fought too. You got Journey fought too. You got Zilla fought too. That's out. I mean, so there's so many of us, man, and we're taking over the industry. We're taking over.
I think you already have, to be honest with you. And if you saw recently in a WrestleMania press conference, they showed the Bloodline family tree.
Yes.
And my God, that was the largest tree I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, it goes beyond, man. It amazes me how much of our family adds on to it as they get in the wrestling business, and I thought that was awesome how they, The Rock and they put it out there to show how strong our bloodline is.
It's insane.
And let people know, as he said, it's a respect thing. We give respect, and we want people to respect our family, and we get that from the fans, and we thank them and love them either way. They hate us or they love us. We still love our fans.
Man, I love it so much. Now, it's funny when you look up the history of you in professional wrestling, because randomly I'll see you as one half of the head shrinkers in the WWE, it seemed like.
After it was Rikishi, him, my older brother, they were the head shrinkers. Then after my brother left, we started doing it, and then we went on to travel the world together as a head shrinkers 2000, but we ended up using that name and using it. So, it was a great time, my brother. I love, the best thing in the world is actually, tag teaming with your family, because the chemistry's there. And, my brother, I always look up to him. I still look up to him. He was one of my idols since I was younger, because my brother is so great in the ring. And it's always a pleasure to work with him and anybody in our family.
Man, I love it, because I love me the head shrinkers. Again, it's so funny because as a child watching Yokozuna, you're like, wow, look at this Japanese wrestler. And then years later, it was like mind-blowing to find out he wasn't Japanese at all.
And when I was younger, when I first started with WWF, I was just on the road. I wasn't on contract. They put me on the road. I was making money. I was doing the tours and everything, and I would always ride with Yoko. Me and Yoko would ride together with Mr. Fuji, and we had some great times, riding on the road.
Mr.
And
Fuji?
Yes.
Good times?
Yes, and he always drove. He wouldn't let nobody drive, so that was Uncle Fuji for you.
All right, so I've interviewed him. I've interviewed other wrestlers who have tell me Mr. Fuji stories, ribs, bad ribs or good ribs. You got a Fuji rib? PG?
Yeah, but you know what? I'd rather not say it because he's not here, and I miss him. And there are a lot of good stories of him. There was times when we'd ride in the car with him, and he wouldn't like the music that Yoko was playing, and he'd get mad, and he'd eject the CD. At that time, it was CD players. And he would sit there, and he would just throw it in the back seat, But things like that was always fun, you know what I mean? And it was just great times. Great times.
Yeah, I've heard some really fun stories, and I've heard some like, oh my, No one crossed Mr. Fuji ever.
Oh no, he's a master at ribs for sure.
Yeah.
And he would go down in history, for that as one of the best.
Yeah. I also like him as a manager whipping salt in people's faces too. That's always fun.
Yes. Great wrestler, great person. Like I said, I love him. I miss him, and a lot of the wrestling industry misses him. And there's a lot of our older generation wrestlers that are not here with us, but they're here in spirit with us.
Now, you said it, and I looked it up too, was you were a contracted WWE wrestler, or you were not a contracted WWE wrestler? Because in 1998, it seems that you do sign, but I don't remember seeing you on TV. Though.
Yeah, we signed in '97. It was actually me. They repackaged. They're going to put me, Keish, and my cousin Matt, which was Rosie. We were going to go as New Age Samoans, and they had us on the road. We stayed home for a while. They had us stay home, get in shape, and all that stuff. And they had us on the road, and they were going to debut us. So we were just doing house shows, and they were going to debut us. And then, as everybody knows in WWE, if they got something else in plan, they'll pull something back and they'll go on with what they want. They write something up and they like it a little better. But we were on the road, and then we debuted in Boston, which is close by here, one time, and then after that they kept us on the road, and after that we were done. So I was actually supposed to be in the 3-minute warning, but at that time I wasn't able to be there. So my Umaga at that time was there, and they were in Pensacola, and they went out there and they tore the house down and became 3-minute warning. And I'm just happy that he was there and they became what they were, man. And it's, like I said, it's all blessings, man.
Of course.
And our run with ECW, it was me, Maddie, and my brother. We were a Samoan Gangster Party. We had a great time. We had great matches with the Gangsters, Devon and Bubba. There was just so many good times there as well.
Man, yeah, ECW, such an amazing time. I talked to Bill Alfonso earlier. Last week I talked to Sabu. So ECW to you and to so many fans, I think is like a nostalgia, but we love it so much and we'll never forget it. How did you feel about your time in ECW?
It was great, and I have a shirt here that says original ECW, and the reason why I did that was because I actually was with ECW before it became what it was.
Oh, you were ECW?
Yes, I was with Todd Gordon, and I was his main heel back then, and that's how I go back. Me and the Sandman, so we go way back with that, and it was great times then, and then to come back when Paul Heyman took over and to work with him again, it was great, man. ECW is one of a kind. I don't think there's any company that can be another ECW.
No, and I know they've tried to over the years. Many different organizations have, but also WrestleMania is coming up, and it seems like one of your family members, Roman Reigns, he might be in trouble against Cody Rhodes. But The Rock did join the Bloodline recently on SmackDown. Yeah. But people believe that The Rock is just tricking Roman, cousin versus cousin. But let's talk about Roman versus Cody. Who's gonna win? And are you allowed to even say any other name than Roman Reigns?
I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to finish his story. That's what I say.
Oh my.
That's what I say. No disrespect to the Rhodes family, but that story is not going to end anytime soon. That's my opinion. It is what it is. It may be different. I don't know. I'll be there. I'll be at WrestleCon. I'll be out there signing autographs. Also, I'll be at WrestleMania. But we will soon find out.
Man, I'd love to see you and Jacob and Lance and all the other crazy, amazing family members come into it. Because I talked to Lance, I think 6 months ago maybe, after he left MLW, we talked about how some of the members of your family were called to come to the tribal council meeting between Jey Uso.
I was supposed to be there. They had us all coming in, and then one of us got sick, so that they wanted everybody there. So if they couldn't get everybody there, they changed the plans on it and all that. But I also did some stuff. I'm trying to go back as a producer with them. I've been working with that, and I actually did the package for SummerSlam with my family. So that was a great opportunity, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, I can go back and be a producer and then retire with that. Because I'm still wrestling, but I'm 30, going on 37 years. I put in a lot of time.
Yeah. Now, Now, if no one knows, so you put together the package for SummerSlam, as in what, the editing process, the ideas behind what it should look like?
Well, they wanted, they had the vision, and I went and helped with my uncle. We went down Pensacola, Florida. We went over there and did his thing, about our ula that we wear, the red necklace that, and it was all about that. So who better to explain it than my dad and my uncle? So, I helped them with that, went there and did a thing with my dad, and on the way there, we actually did something with Bianca Belair too. So it was fun. It was interesting, and it was something that was a little more experience for me to see that and help with it. So I was honored.
Well, thank you so much for sharing today, and we gotta put the fingers up, right? Yes. For Roman, of course. Because sorry, Cody. Sorry, Cody. It seems like you're not winning.
Cody, love you, brother, but I don't think your story's gonna be done, brother.
Oh man, well, thank you so much, Elliot Smooth, for crushing stories and crushing hopes.
Yeah. Good to see you, fans. Hopefully we can do this again, and if not, look at me up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, I'm there. And hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, and we'll chop it up.